Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We continue the lecture Digestive System Part 3. Okay, so we continue on stomach. Okay, so stomach act as a temporary storage. So in stomach, it churns the bolus of food to form chyme. Churns mean mix the bolus of food to form chyme. Chyme is a structure that is semi-liquid and partially digested food. So chyme is the partially digested food in the form of semi-liquid. So in stomach, it is also a site for protein digestion. So protein started to be digested in the stomach, and in our stomach there is a gastric juice. So this gastric juice contain hydrochloric acid and pepsin enzyme to help the digestion process. Okay, now we go into the secretion of gastric juice in the stomach. So this is your stomach. When we zoom in, so this is the structure of the stomach lining. So we can see here there is a mucus cell. Okay, the green color is the mucus cell, and we have the gastric glands. Okay, and when we zoom in, so these are the cells. Okay, we have the chief cell, which is pepsinogen cell, and parietal cell. Okay, so there is pepsinogen and parietal cell. Okay, so let's see the function for each of the component. So the mucus cell here, so the green color. So the function of mucus cell to secrete mucus. So this mucus function to lubricate and protect the cell lining in the stomach. And for the chief cell or pepsinogen, so this chief cell, it secretes pepsinogen, which is an inactive form of the digestive pepsin enzyme. And the parietal cell will secrete the hydrochloric acid. So now we go into pepsinogen activation. Okay, since previously we see the pepsinogen, so this pepsinogen is inactive form of the pepsin enzyme. So how to pepsin in order to help the digestion? The pepsinogen and hydrochloric acid are secreted into the lumen of the stomach. So the hydrochloric acid will convert the pepsinogen to pepsin. Then the pepsin will be activated. Okay, pepsin, when pepsin is formed, that pepsin will activate more pepsinogen. Okay, when the pepsin is formed by the conversion, by the help with the hydrochloric acid, this pepsin will activate more pepsinogen. So the process will continue and start a chain reaction. So when there is pepsin, pepsin will start the protein digestion. So these are the image. Okay, so from the pepsinogen, the inactive form of the pepsin, it needs help of the hydrochloric acid to convert pepsinogen to pepsin. So this pepsin is an enzyme that is functioned to digest the protein. So hydrochloric acid, still remember, it produced by the parietal cell, and pepsinogen produced by the chief cell. Okay, when pepsin is produced, this pepsin will activate more pepsinogen, and the process is continued to start a chain reaction. So let's see the functions of hydrochloric acid and pepsin. So these are the function of hydrochloric acid. Since hydrochloric acid is a very strong acid, so it functions to break down fibrous tissue that binds cells together in meat and plant materials. And it also can kill bacteria, denature the protein in order to expose the peptide bond, and also help the pepsin to work properly. Meanwhile, for pepsin, this is a protein digestive enzyme. So protein needs pepsin to be digested. And then pepsin also cleave protein into smaller polypeptides. So this is the way how pepsin help to digest the protein. It cleaves the protein into smaller polypeptides, and then it works best into smaller polypeptides. So now we go into small intestine, which is your main organ, okay, for absorption of the nutrient. So small intestine is the major organ of digestion and absorption of most nutrients in the blood. So it consists of 3 sections: the duodenum, the jejunum, and ileum. So the duodenum is the first part right after the stomach. So this is your stomach, this will be your duodenum. So most chemical digestion will take place in the duodenum. Okay, remember that. So this is the image of your small intestine. So this is your small intestine, and this is the lumen. Lumen means the inside of the intestine, the opening. And let's see the inside of the lumen, there is a circular fold. So this is more clear image. So this is your small intestine. Inside of the lumen, you can see a fold structure of the lumen, right? So when we zoom in this image, actually your lining of the lumen lining consists of the villi. Okay, so this is the villi, right? So this is the serosa. Okay, as we learned on the previous video, the serosa is the protective layer of the alimentary canal, and muscularis normally is the muscle cell, and the submucosa, normally here there are many blood vessels that will absorb the nutrient from the mucosa. Please refer to the previous video. I have explained on the layer in the alimentary canal. So this is the villi. When we zoom in your villi, so your villi is covered or surrounded by the epithelial cell, many epithelial cells here, right? And then each of the epithelial cells are attached to the microvilli, or also known as brush border. Okay, so inside of the villi there is a lacteal. Okay, the green color is the lacteal. Lacteal is a lymphatic vessel, right? And this lacteal is surrounded by the network of blood capillary. Okay, so these are the structure of the small intestine. Consists of villus, the microvilli or the brush border, and the lacteal. So you can read this. Okay, now we go into hormone control. Hormone control of digestion. So we have several hormones, okay, normally take place in the duodenum. Since many chemical digestion occur in duodenum, so you must remember there is a stimulation and also inhibition. Let's go to the first hormone, androgesterone hormone, okay, which is secreted by the duodenum. So this is your duodenum. Right after the stomach is the duodenum, the first part of the small intestine. So this androgesterone secreted by the duodenum will inhibit peristalsis and acid secretion by the stomach, thereby slowing digestion when acid chyme rich in fat enters the duodenum. Okay, since when we eat, okay, the stomach will digest the food, okay, right? The protein digestion start in stomach, okay, and then when this food move to the duodenum, there is less of food contained in the stomach, right? So what happened? Our stomach is very acidity. The pH is pH 1 until pH 2. Okay, when there is less food here to be digested, the stomach need to reduce, or sorry, to increase the pH, okay, not become too acidic. So what the hormone do, okay, this duodenum will stimulate the release of the androgesterone into the stomach. Okay, so this androgesterone will cause less of acid produced in the stomach, and it also inhibit the process of peristalsis. Okay, senang kata dia memperlahankan proses digestion. Okay, sebab makanan dah move to duodenum. So that is the enterogastron function. Okay, now we go into gastrin. Okay, what is the function of gastrin hormone? So this gastrin from the stomach recirculate via the bloodstream back to the stomach, where it stimulates the production of gastric juices. So when your stomach need a gastric juices or more gastric juices, hormone gastrin will be released by your stomach. Okay, let's go to the next hormone, secretin. So this secretin produced by the duodenum, secreted by the duodenum. So the function of secretin to stimulate the pancreas. Okay, so this is your pancreas underneath the stomach. So the pancreas will release sodium bicarbonate, which neutralize acid chyme from the stomach. Okay, so when our food inside the stomach, of course, our stomach contain acidic. So with the food, so the food that will come into the duodenum also will carry on the acid from the stomach. So what our pancreas do, it will detect that, okay, and then it produce the duodenum will detect the acidity from the food that is taken into the duodenum, and then this will stimulate the pancreas. Okay, secretin will be stimulate, and secretin will stimulate the pancreas to release sodium bicarbonate to neutralize the acid chyme from the stomach. Okay, bila makanan yang berasid dalam perut tadi dia nak masuk ke dalam duodenum, of course dia akan membawa asid dari perut itu bersama-sama. Jadi duodenum akan detect perkara itu. Dia tak nak ada asid yang banyak akan melalui small intestine kita. Kan bahaya. So apa yang berlaku ialah secretin akan diriliskan ataupun akan dihasilkan. So this secretin akan merangsang pankreas untuk menghasilkan sodium bicarbonate. Sodium bicarbonate bersifat alkali. So that sodium bicarbonate akan neutralizekan makanan yang berasid yang masuk ke dalam duodenum tadi. That is the function of the secretin. Now we go into the last hormone, cholecystokinin. So this amino acid or fatty acid in the duodenum trigger the release of CCK, which stimulate the release of digestive enzyme from the pancreas and bile from the gallbladder. So these are another stimulation by the CCK to produce digestive enzyme from the pancreas and bile. Bile ialah jus hempedu okay, from the gallbladder. Right, so there are 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 hormone that control our digestion system. Okay, the last part of the human digestive system is the large intestine. We have cecum. So the function of cecum to absorb water and salt, and appendix. Okay, appendix is a small finger-like extension of the cecum, contains of mass of white blood cell. Okay, even though appendix it contains a small amount of white blood cell, but the contribution towards the human immunity body is less. Okay, it have a very minor contribution to the immunity. And the large intestine is also function to reabsorb water that enter the digestive tract, and it function to store, process and eliminates the residue following digestion and absorption. So there are 3 parts: the ascending part, the transverse part of the large intestine, and the descending part followed by rectum. Okay, so this is the large intestine, the ascending part, the transverse and descending. Alright, so that's all for the digestive part 3. Okay, if you have any question regarding to this topic, okay, please ask me personally, or you can just write a comment in our Microsoft Teams. Okay, thank you.